Women of color dealing with severe menstrual cycles, this video is for you. Discover the 3 keys to eliminating fibroids, a condition that has tormented women in the Black community for decades, and why you don't have to live with it anymore. If you're struggling with bloating, excessive bleeding, painful pelvic cramps, or any one of the other serious symptoms associated with fibroids, then this video may be the most important video you ever watch. Because in just a moment, I'm going to share with you 3 critical keys to escaping the physical, emotional, and mental strain of dealing with what some doctors are calling an unfair attack on the body of Black females. The 3 keys I'm about to share with you have helped thousands of women get the freedom they deserve by eliminating the source of the problem rather than just simply treating their symptoms or having to undergo significant surgery like removal of the entire uterus. I'm talking about the often dreadful symptoms that up to 80% of Black women by age 50 know all too well. Of course, the obvious embarrassing symptoms of heavy menstrual bleeding, but there's other underlying symptoms that you may not even know that fibroids are causing, all because the average Black woman is bleeding much more than what is normal, resulting in anemia. Now, anemia causes symptoms like chronic fatigue, lack of mental concentration, decreased focus. These physical symptoms can often lead to mental health symptoms like depression, stress, sexual dysfunction, and create problems in your personal relationships. And when you're constantly tired because your body doesn't have the normal level of blood cells, it means the negative impact is substantial. To compound this issue, many women are too tired to exercise regularly, leading to weight gain, and some trying to self-treat the lack of energy with high sugary, high caffeinated drinks and supplements, which are all risk factors for serious conditions like diabetes and heart disease. And it's a terrible cycle of harm to your body, and it's not fair. But imagine for a moment what it would feel like if you didn't have to worry about the pain, stress, lifestyle changes from fibroids. Imagine if you could be freer without the fear that your fibroids will put you in a difficult or embarrassing situation. Imagine what your relationships would look like if you didn't have to change plans due to your body's uncertain cycle, or if you had the energy back that was stolen from you due to the strain of fibroids. And imagine that you may start a family when others have told you it's impossible because of your fibroids. And this is the reality that thousands of women experience today because they discovered the 3 keys to eliminating fibroids forever, and you can too. Hi, my name is Dr. Elsiko. I'm the Chief Medical Officer for American Fibroid Centers, and I lead a team of expert physicians who treat women with the persistent life-changing effects of fibroids. We've seen countless fibroid cases and can say with certainty that most women can be treated quickly and easily without changing their diets or lifestyle and without surgery. Key number 1, you need to know you're not alone. Fibroids affect up to 80% of Black women by the age of 50, and Black women are 3 times more likely to suffer from fibroids than white women. Unfortunately, many physicians are unprepared to deal with the challenges women of color experience, and this lack of understanding can lead to misdiagnosis, or even worse, being presented with unnecessary treatment option like a hysterectomy that takes your ability to have a child forever. Women of color are disproportionately affected by fibroids, and our health system is falling short of meeting the needs that many Black women have. And what's worse is that there's far too little data on how significantly fibroids affect communities of color, leaving Black women to think that what they're experiencing is common and there's nothing can be done about it. This was the case for Tamar Braxton, Grammy-nominated singer, who said, "Growing up as a Black woman, me and my sisters just thought that this is the way it is. We just thought we had really heavy periods." Tamar later found out that the fibroids were the cause of her and her sister's constant struggles. And we now know that many women across the globe have fibroids, and the good news is that they can almost always be treated without surgery and a lengthy hospital stay, regardless of what you may have heard in the past. Key number 2, it is not your fault. It's important to know that nothing you have done has caused you to have fibroids. It is not your fault. Your fibroids were not caused by poor diet. In fact, many women who eat exceptional diets and treat their bodies perfectly also experience fibroids. There are unknowns when it comes to fibroids, like why they're disproportionately affect women of color. However, we are sure there's nothing you could have changed or done differently that would have prevented you from having fibroids. And you are not alone in this fight, and we're certain we can help. Key number 3, there's hope. Many women don't realize that you can get relief from your fibroids and it doesn't require significant surgery. We at American Fibroid Centers have developed treatment options that can get you on the road to recovery today. Thousands of women who thought there was no hope left having taken this first step and now live with a freedom they never thought was imaginable. Women like Kambule, who never thought freedom from her fibroids was possible. I would recommend 2 million people if I could. Now, you may be wondering, how can you be so confident that you can handle my fibroids without surgery? Well, that's a great question. And the answer is that we've built a team of expert physicians that have perfected a procedure that can cut off the blood supply to the fibroids, causing them to shrink and disappear, eliminating these masses that are draining the life out of millions of women like you. And this minimally invasive procedure is the most efficient way of treating fibroids and significantly decreases your risk of complications when compared to major surgery like hysterectomy. The problem is most women aren't aware that this procedure exists, and unfortunately, hysterectomy has become the norm for large healthcare systems that do not even have the expertise to perform this specialized procedure. And often physicians do not even inform their patients about this procedure, never even giving them a choice. But today, you can make a choice. You can either live with the challenges of fibroids, or you can take the next step towards healing yourself and eliminating the problem. Our entire practice is dedicated to helping women like you, women who previously had no other options than hysterectomy. And that day is gone, and you no longer have to live with fibroids, preventing you from being the woman you want to be. However, because there are so few physicians that can perform this procedure, and because we are one of a limited number of clinics in the country that can effectively treat fibroids without surgery, there is a large demand and limited availability for new patient appointments. To help with this demand, our expert physicians and providers are volunteering their time to allow for increased access to consultations so you can have this conversation sooner rather than later. So click the button below to complete a short form and give us the information we need to prioritize your spot on our potential patient list. And there's absolutely no cost for this initial call, and the valuable information you need may only be a phone call away. Don't wait another moment to put off the freedom you deserve from fibroids. You owe it to yourself and your family. Click the button below now to schedule a call and begin to experience the life the way you deserve.